There's a will, there's a wife, and my wife wanted me to fit all this spray paint into this dinky little space. I asked her if she was familiar with the expression for 10 pounds of shit stuffed into a 5-pound bag, but she just gave me the look. You know the one. So I grabbed a pad and paper and made some NASA-level schematics for a tall, narrow, and deep rolling paint cabinet. According to my plans, I had to crawl around on my hands and knees cutting plywood. Going down is easy. The trick is getting back up. I cut some more pieces on a miter saw and... oh shit, wrong size. Ha, just kidding. I cut some more plywood on a table saw because it sure beats flopping around like a beach blobfish. Dear my babes, the cabinet build is going well. I miss you. Please send beer to the driveway. Yours always, your babes. Once I'd cut all my plywood pieces, I drilled pocket holes for the cabinet and shelves. I assembled the cabinet enclosure with 3 pieces of plywood and 4 supports in back, and then I stuffed myself inside and walked it home. Fat man in a narrow cabinet. Next, I built a base with drawer slides and casters on which the cabinet would sit and roll. Since this paint cabinet would essentially be a 7-foot tall pull-out shelf, not only would it need 2 sets of heavy-duty drawer slides, but it'd need wheels to handle the load. I then built the cabinet, just a rectangular frame with 6 shelves held together with pocket screws and profanity. Here's the base, 4 wheels ready for some action, and here's the cabinet. Will it fit or will I fail? It's a perfect fit. These drawer slides will keep the paint cabinet perfectly lined up. Next, I made shelf rails from strips of utility panel I cut to size, and then I sanded the ends until they fit like a cold beer on a hot day. I put wood glue around 3 sides and pressed the rails into place on either side of each shelf. Much better, wouldn't you agree? I primed and painted the enclosure and the outer parts of the rolling cabinet, and then I installed a cabinet face made from the utility panel I used for the shelf rails. I secured the face with construction adhesive and brad nails, and then I made trim pieces from the same utility panel. I filled the nail holes and then primed and painted the cabinet face. In for a penny, in for a pound, so I caulked the edges of the trim to give my paint cabinet a more professional look. Kind of like the guy who's building it, eh? We had 3 drawer handles left over from our previous home's kitchen renovation. I installed them vertically on the door face. The top 2 are mine. The bottom 2 belong to the shrimp who lives with me. At last, the cabinet was finished, and I started filling it with spray paint. Yeah, then I realized that I wasn't cut out for this kind of organizing. Fortunately, I know someone who is, and her name is My Babes, so I turned the job over to her, a position she eagerly accepted. Our garage makeover has been all about making use of every cubic inch of free space, and this rolling spray paint cabinet made perfect use of a difficult space. Follow us for more fun DIYs and crafts.